From WTF Studios, the most exciting show and uncensored what the fuck is this shit?
The internet.
On the internet.
You say we're live, but we're
I'm just
not.
kidding. It just sounds
all.
cool when you say we're live. You know? Okay, we are recorded.
We are live out here in San Francisco.
Shit, San Francisco. God damn it. It's been a long time and we're back.
Yeah. But,
you know our schedule is random. We just come in whenever the fuck we feel like it. We're not professionals, so we intend to keep it that way.
True. But
I don't give a fuck about your schedule. I just want to talk whenever I want to talk.
If you want a more professional
show,
we do have that going on. If you're into tabletop RPGs, check out our new channel that's opened now, Tabletop Diaries, where we are playing Shadow Dark currently and some one-offs.
All right. Yeah. How's it going, Timmy?
It's going pretty good, you know. Had a pretty fun day so far. Woke up, got my oil changed, so I was, responsible.
I mowed the grass, the lawn in the fucking extreme heat. Almost passed out.
Yeah, no.
Big mistake.
Hot as shit out
Don't
today.
cut the grass in the heat.
Yeah, it sucks.
You will die.
I also played D&D and now I'm here.
You're always playing D&D.
Yeah. I got to keep my skills sharp, man.
Take a break, mother.
And, well, I guess that's what I'm doing now. Shit. Unless you want to play. I got my books.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Roll for perception. I see nothing. Where's the liquor? I don't see the fucking liquor, man.
Shit. I gotta find the tavern. You can't even afford. roll for coinage.
Yeah, so recap. We haven't been paying attention to what the fuck's going on. I missed a lot of shit.
Probably.
Yeah.
I don't know what the last thing actually going on.
Windows is still ruling the world.
Yeah.
Linux is not.
It sure is.
Oh shit, who is that? Who said that?
Mr. X.
Mr. X.
Mr. X.
You mentioned
not the Twitter.
You mentioned Linux, he shows up. It's like a magical. That's how you summon this guy.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have our special guest, Mr. X, here today.
I don't think we should call him Mr. X. We just call him Mr. Linux.
Mr. Linux.
What's up, Linux?
Hey, okay.
Linuxus.
Like and hate that at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah, apparently Trump and Elon Musk are at each other's throats. They're no longer best friends. What the fuck happened?
Really? What?
I just noticed that.
What?
Yeah.
That's been happening since
he left?
midweek last week or this past week.
What? He left the White House? He's no longer working there?
Well, he was supposed to leave anyways because his
job was ended.
His job was limited to I think 130 days or something like that. So he was supposed to leave anyways. But from what I've heard, he left that day because I think Trump or something, they asked him to leave because, I don't know, they've been bickering with each other. I don't know what's going on with that, but...
And what? I just heard a song on my feed, and now this makes a lot more sense now. It was this dude, he usually sings about like economics and some more like politically kind of stuff, if you will. What do you call it? Controversy type stuff. He's decent. He's just a dude in a guitar. He's either blonde or redhead. But anyway, I don't remember his name, but he was the song he was singing is "My Billionaire Daddies Are Fighting."
Wow.
And I was like, I just I hear that, I'm like, okay, I'm thinking like Exxon and some other huge company or some other crap for like going at it.
I don't know what went down because
this makes a lot more sense now,
dude. For the past month, I intentionally tuned out of everything. I was so exhausted from all this shit. I literally tuned out of everything. Man, I was watching nothing but Family Guy and other cartoon shows. Like literally, I saw accidentally something like this because I was like, you know what, this shit sucks. Everything sucks.
I didn't know this was going on.
I want to be a little bit positive, bring some kind of good energy into my fucking brain. Because this shit is just like bickering. Like, what are we? Like a fucking playground? Bunch of kids fighting?
What is this, France?
Well, so let me share my understanding of what like why it started. So from Elon's side, he's saying that big, beautiful bill that Trump wants passed in the House and Senate or whatever, that it's basically a big money waster, like getting the United States more into debt. And
what's the bill supposed to do?
It's supposed to lower taxes.
Elon said it was a big money waster?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because so he was put in charge of that DOGE, Department of Government Efficiency or whatever.
So from his perspective, that bill was a money waste.
Yeah, big time. Like he looks at it as like, okay, why did you get me to run this DOGE unit to try to uncover fraud and wasted, government spending when you're going to sit there and write a bill that spends a shit ton more money than they've ever spent before. So I kind of see his side of that.
All right.
And then
undermined everything he's been trying to do.
Yeah, right. Exactly. So, and then from Trump's side, it's basically that he claims that Elon is acting crazy because Trump is removing the subsidies for the electric vehicles.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So, obviously
it will affect his business.
It'll affect Tesla. Right. So, he's claiming that Elon's going crazy because of that. So it's like, I don't know. It seems like some drama shit.
Could it be that Trump is pushing this bill, whatever it is, trying to achieve all the promises he promised? It was like, in one big hit.
I mean, some of it is stuff like that. Like
economic promises.
Yeah. Like in it, there's like tax cuts and stuff like that. And like one of the things is he wants to extend the tax cut he did in 2017. Because, like, for example, say you paid before 2017, you paid 25% a year in taxes.
Mm-hmm.
After he came in, he changed it to 22% or something like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if that's supposed to expire soon, right? But this bill, I think, either prolongs it or makes it permanent or something like that.
All right.
But that's one of the good things, I guess, that's in there. But there's funding of the border walls, another thing. Although the amount that they have in there for funding the border wall seems ridiculous, because in his first term, he claimed it was going to cost $5 billion. And now they're putting $50 billion for funding the border wall.
Right? So it sounds like a lot of contractors are ready to make money by doing nothing.
Yeah. Why so much more? I get inflation has happened since then.
Yeah, but that's beyond inflation.
Money laundering.
Yeah. Not money laundering, like I said. You're my friend. You're a contractor. I'm going to put you under that bill. Hey, go put a couple of bricks over there, and here's $100 million for you. And stuff like that. That's contractors always like they're like, what do you call them? Those vultures flying around the government waiting for some bill to kill a bunch of shit so they can swoop in and scoop up the corpses in the form of cash. Yeah, that's pretty much what it is.
Interesting analogy.
Yeah. I mean, that's what it looks like. God damn it.
Yeah, but I don't know. If you ask me, they are acting like children. I mean, Elon, I get that Elon has an issue with the bill, but he could have gone about it a little more professionally, I guess.
Because I saw one huge thing from him the other yesterday or something. Again, I was in the toilet taking a shit, and I was like, there's nothing to do. I opened up Twitter. And apparently it was like a tweet that he put.
I mean, while you're on taking a shit, you might as well look at shit.
Yeah, it was like, might as well look at shit. So I looked at it, and he tweeted that, oh, did you know why they didn't release the Epstein files?
Yeah.
Because Trump is on it. Let that sink in or some shit like that. And I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, I saw that.
That sounds like drama shit, like housewives. What do you call them? Housewives of the White House fighting shit. It's
Housewives, I don't think that's a
DC
thing.
Shores.
Yeah, DC Shores. Like, what the fuck? It's like you went south real quick. Can they argue like grown-ups in the government? Seems like they never argue like grown-ups.
No,
it always goes dirty quickly.
Yeah, that's politics.
Yeah, my jaw kind of dropped when I saw that. I was like, wow, that's a low blow from Elon. But, I don't know. Who knows what's going on behind the scenes?
Because the question becomes, if he knows that, why did he continue to work and hang out with Trump? And if he didn't know that, why are you not, saying that right now and releasing all this shit? It's
that's a good point.
Yeah. You just dropped this tweet right after you guys fought, which means previously you were aware of this information and you were living with it. It's like, I know you're a rapist, but I'm going to be friends with you until you piss me off and then tell everyone that you're a rapist.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Some people, they're claiming that like a lot of this stuff is like fake. Like it's some kind of a distraction. Like they're not really fighting with each other. It's just like a distraction for mainstream media or something. I don't know. Who knows? But
mainstream media is loving it.
Yeah.
Today on the news, god damn it, we have stuff. We continue to justify our jobs.
I wish the news would start out like that. Today on Channel 5 News, god damn it.
In the future, that's how the news should start. So I think at some point, that's it. There's no more politeness.
God damn, we got some bullshit we got to show you now. You ain't gonna believe
I'm getting
this
live
shit.
word. What the fuck? What? Whoa, yeah.
It's completely unhinged.
I think we are set up for that. Once the news becomes that way, we're already in it.
Hell yeah. Just need a little teleprompter thingy and a little screen to pop up next to us to show.
From
some random
WTF
shit.
Channel 5 live. God damn it. What is this, the 50s? Oh, shit. God damn it.
That's interesting. I didn't know all that bullshit was going on, but I mean, it's politics. There's always bullshit going on.
Well, fuck them.
Indeed.
Yeah. Well, we've been having a good time. We finished a movie and we're about to start another one. We're living the good life.
Indeed. Which brings me to a special thing I could pop out because I just finished my drink. To the bottle of the day.
Today's this is the commercial. This is like the commercial moment where we like,
but sure.
Brought to you by
whatever Tim's gonna bring out of his brown bag.
I got so much crap in this bag from last night. I just never.
You're ruining the sound, dude.
I am the sound. God damn it. All right. I got the stuff. It's an Irish whiskey, as I'm looking at it now. I thought I got a bourbon, but I guess I was wrong. It's an Imperial Stout finish called the Whistler.
Ooh, the Whistler.
Yes.
Nice. Today's episode's brought to you by the Whistler.
Yes.
They're not sponsoring us, but we are drinking it.
Low Gill Brewing Company. Whatever. I don't know if I'm reading that right.
Give me that shit. Give me that shit.
Imperial Stout. So I'm assuming it's got like some finishes of Guinness, I would assume, which I guess makes sense for Irish people.
With Low Gill Brewing Co., product of Ireland, triple distilled, limited release. Yeah, Irish whiskey. There you go.
It was a relatively
made in China. No, I'm just saying.
Get that shit out of here.
Yeah, cut. So today's actual one. It was a cheaper bottle. I'm not gonna lie.
Nice.
I'm highly curious about it because it's an Imperial Stout finish Irish whiskey.
Get a cup, Mike. Let's open this shit.
Yeah.
We pause for a second while Mike gets a cup.
Cups.
I already got mine here. Cthulhu cup. We'll be right back.
And now a word from our sponsors.
Have you ever wanted to play RPG and you didn't know how to start? Check out Tabletop Diaries. You can listen to us playing this shit and maybe learn because we don't know what we're doing. All right, we're back. Everybody has a cup. Well, we have this Irish whiskey, the Whistler.
Salute.
Salute, gents. How the fuck the Irish? Skull. Yeah.
Viking.
Caray.
Sure.
Not bad, Timmy.
It's interesting.
Not bad. Very good choice.
Yeah. It's it's interesting. It's got like I guess that's supposed to be the Imperial Stout that I'm kind of after tasting, but it's got kind of like a smokiness to it. Roasted coffee, dried fruits, and what the fuck is that? Cocoa nibs.
You said this is Irish whiskey?
Yeah, it's Irish whiskey, but Imperial Stout. And I know stouts, like in the beer world, you think of Guinness, the dark coffee tasting kind of beer. I guess.
What's a stout?
I just think of Guinness. That's the best way I could put it. It's like a really dark beer.
This is the first time I've had Irish whiskey, and it's different.
Really? Dude, I drink Jameson. We got Jameson right here. This is my go-to. Go-to.
That's like standard.
Yeah, this is like if I'm out, it's like, hey, get a bottle of something. This is what I'm gonna get, unless told otherwise.
Jameson.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's just definitely different.
It is different. It does have like this what I feel like all Irish whiskeys have, like this weird kind of. I noticed. I don't know how to explain it.
Oh wait,
it tastes like green. If you will.
Yeah, we've been out for a while, so we're gonna let everyone know. Now Tim is our in-house resident expert in whiskeys and all this stuff. He's been.
I've been dabbling in trying to be a connoisseur.
Give us a breakdown of this thing.
So like I said, all Irish whiskeys to me anyway. they have like this weird kind of taste to it, and I don't know how to really detail it. It tastes green. I don't know. It's got like this weird kind of aftertaste. Scotch has its own as well, and then bourbon also always has that kind of taste, that corn mash taste to it.
Interesting.
Which is like more kind of darker, richer, if you will. This definitely tastes dark, and I could definitely tell some sort of peat smoke or there's some kind of, maybe the wood that they probably put it in, which actually makes a lot of sense because if it's a dark and the liquid's actually not that dark, it just looks like any kind of whiskey color.
It is almost the same consistency as the
like Jameson, honestly.
The Corona.
Yeah.
Like slightly darker than the Corona.
Yes, yeah. It's got a golden,
like, literally
golden brown yellow color to it, like most whiskeys do. I know bourbons are usually darker again because they have usually like what's that sugar? Brown sugar or honey or whatever the hell it is they put in it, like vanilla and stuff like that.
I do not know anything. Forget.
Or also the wood too. I think the grain or something.
Yeah. The American oak that they use for that. Which maybe that's what not that this has American oak, but like the wood where they put in, I guess I'm assuming it doesn't say, but I would guess that they have like some sort of cask that has something to do with stouts. Oh yeah, stout cask finish. Yeah, it says right there. But Bowen Distillery, interesting. Never heard of that. But even it says like characters of roasted coffee, which makes sense, dried fruits and cocoa nibs, because like imperial stouts and like Guinness even is like coffee and chocolate.
You know what? Like I want to go to Ireland and go like deep undercover with the people and see what the Irish people actually drink.
Yeah,
because everything gets sold Irish this, Irish that. I want to see what like the average Irish dude just chilling there, what they drink.
I'm making it a point probably next year. Because I'm gonna want to go to the Jameson distillery because the Guinness.
You can do a report for us from there. Okay,
and then of course the local, like you're saying, I'd actually like to see what kind of beers.
You hear it here, folks. People. Keep an eye on that one. Tim's gonna go do a full report on the Irish experience.
I'll bring my paperclip and pen and just making a thorough investigation, if you will.
Make sure you don't get alcohol poisoning and survive long enough to bring the report back.
I'm going to be on the news in Ireland.
An American douchebag came to Ireland.
He almost jumped off a castle drunkenly in his underwear.
Like, news footage, butt naked at the bridge, trying to jump with the Loch Ness Monster or whatever. I'm free.
I'd be in my underwear with a bottle of Jameson or something else, like hanging from the flagpole on top of some castle.
And then on the side, like on the news, you see some Irish dude, Jameson? What is this Jameson? We don't drink this shit. Fucking Americans.
Shit. Yeah, they probably got some crazy shit.
We are tired of this reputation.
Hey, all I'm saying is that stuff comes from there, and they have a huge distillery, and it's pretty goddamn obviously big.
That would be an awesome trip, though.
Oh hell yeah! I mean, Ireland. Yeah, just going to like their local pub and just getting drunk with the locals.
That's the way to do it.
Would be hilarious because like I know their accent is pretty thick, and like apparently different parts of Ireland they all have different kind of dialects.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get them drunk.
It gets worse, and you can't understand.
Oh yeah, I bet you can. I remember this one time I was at a English pub, and there was a British guy and an Irish guy, and I was just at the bar, and they pulled up, and they was like, "Oh, we're just here. I heard this pub is whatever, pretty popular at that time." And I was like, you have an accent. Like, where are you from? I was like, oh, I'm British. This is my friend. He's from Ireland. Like, we just came here kind of on a business trip. The Irish dude started talking, and I couldn't understand a fucking word he said.
That's fine.
He's like, I was like, what the fuck? I was like, what the fuck was that? I started cracking up.
Yeah, make sure this would be like probably the best use of an AI app when you go to Ireland. You try to like listen and translate for you. Like, while the guy is talking, just hold the phone to his face.
You need a drunk Irish app that can just somehow read that dialect and just put it in some form of English. No, that was some good stuff. Yeah. So yeah, the Whistler, check it out, people. So apparently a limited edition Imperial Stout finish from Stout Cask Irish whiskey.
Pretty good.
I'm coming for you, Ireland. I'm going to be there, and I'm going to be dressed all red fair the entire time. I'm going to be that drunk guy just completely rent out.
He'll be like the one tourist over there. You know, when you go,
I'm gonna be that guy.
Yeah. You know, at the end of at the end of your tour, you know, you come back with souvenirs and shop stuff. He'll be like the only one coming back with just bottles of things.
Yeah.
It's like literally there's nothing. His underwear, shoes, whatever the fuck, and then bottles of stuff. That's all I bought. Gifts for my friends.
These are ancient relics. You don't understand. They invented the alcohol. I can't go 5 feet without getting into it.
It's like that Family Guy episode, like when he was like traveled on a time machine, Stewie, and he took Brian, who's like, "This is Ireland before alcohol," and they were all like nicely dressed, reading newspaper.
Yes.
Or the one where Peter traveled over there, and then he was like, with Brian, he was like, "I heard the Irish, they drink a lot," and he was like, "That's just a stereotype." And then you see the airplane landing, and then the runway full of empty bottles. And, the plane just runs into them. Bling, 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 bling. It's like, what the fuck is that?
God damn.
It is a stereotype. It comes from something.
Yeah. Well, I love Jameson, so naturally Ireland just seems like the.
We love Ireland. It's good.
Yeah.
And some people love Amsterdam. So whatever is your vice, you will go to Ireland or go to Amsterdam. Gonna get high.
I remember I wanted to go to Amsterdam for a long, because especially back then.
Be careful when you go to restaurants. Don't order food laced with. Be specific. Make sure you read the fucking menu.
I don't know.
What do you want for dessert? I want brownies.
At this point in my life, I really don't care much about for that stuff, and so Amsterdam kind of lost its sparkle, if you will.
Well, that is legal in different parts of the U.S. now.
Yeah, now you can just go to Cali or Oklahoma.
Yeah, I do not partake in the drugs. That's one limit I have. I can't do drugs.
Yeah.
Alcohol. Yeah, cool, I don't want to trip out. I'm already paranoid, and that shit takes me to weird spots.
Man, talk about paranoid, because I'm getting ready for this trip. You're talking about these weird pants.
Oh yeah,
the zipper pants shit.
I have them. I'll show you. Zipper pants, man.
They get
and make sure they go up, not down.
Yeah.
You have to, make sure when someone is next to you don't give them easy access to how unzip it.
Yeah, I don't know how crowded DR gets, but I mean, with any place being out and about, I always think about that, like, your belongings, and you don't want to get bumped into or pickpocketed or any of that crap. So
always you should buy a belt, one of those belts that like inside the belt has like a zipper. You can store some cash in there.
Yeah, I got a little like cross bag that, like what he was saying, that's thin.
You put it under your shirt.
Yeah, you put it under your clothes. So I'm just gonna put that
when you travel.
I'm gonna put it. I'm also gonna put what do you call it? A Ziploc bag and just wrap it like that.
When you travel, the only things you keep on your body and you can't afford to lose is money, passport, and your ID. And you have to assume in your mind that I'm ready to lose everything else, which means if they steal your luggage, your shoes, whatever the fuck, I don't care. But you don't want to lose
those things. Yeah,
those things: your credit card, your passport, and your cash,
right?
And your airplane ticket. So if they steal everything, who gives a fuck? You have means to come out.
I remember. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I was just curious, what would happen if someone lost their passport? Like, how do you get back in the US?
You have to go to the embassy and then you report it immediately as stolen, and then the embassy will take care of you.
Okay. But how do you prove that you really are like a US citizen, let's say? Like, how do they know?
What they have your records. They have your fingerprints. They are well equipped. All you have to do is you show up there, you tell them I'm an American, I just got robbed, lost my passport. First thing they do, they will ask you for your name, last name, your social security number. They might even take your fingerprint, and they will find you.
Blood sample, a bone marrow sample.
No, I mean
semen sample, anal sample.
No, with the basic information.
Shave a piece of your eye.
Yeah, as soon as you give them that, they will pull it up, and they will, facial recognition. They will know who you are, and
right on. Good to know. Yeah. I don't travel much, but I was just curious.
But if you lose your passport in a foreign country, immediately go to your embassy and report it stolen.
Fuck that. I'm just living there now. prove I don't belong there.
I'm just saying, the longer you wait, the worse it gets. Right. They want to know immediately so they can kind of cancel it. So if someone is using it to try to smuggle themselves or do stuff.
Yeah, they got shut down, right?
They got shut down at the airport because now there's a red flag on that passport.
What if I'm trying to, I don't know, run from something?
Well, then, yeah, whatever. Just
throw it in the ocean.
You don't throw it in the ocean. You fucking burn it.
Fair, yeah.
Okay? You throw it in the ocean, someone else find it, they can recover it.
Burn my fingerprints.
Yeah.
Well, if somebody finds it, I guess.
If somebody finds it, they say, "Hey, I was swimming, it fell off." There, you don't. You have to assume.
Well, if you're running from something and they try to steal your ID, you're like, "Oh, good for you, asshole, dumb it." Nah, they'd probably report you.
If you're doing it intentionally, you gotta burn that shit. If you lose it, you report it immediately.
Burn your fingerprints. Burn your eyebrows.
Yeah,
can't look the same.
Shave your beard.
Yes, hell, burn your face. You don't want to look the same.
I mean, that's one of the cool things, being a U.S. citizen, like outside the embassies, like, something happens to you, if you report it quickly and everything, they will get on it immediately. So,
also, I guess to further start doing some wilder shit that you would never do. Because like, that's also, if you're like a quiet, boring guy who goes to the library, they're not going to expect a guy who's suddenly, base jumping.
Yeah. That's another thing.
That's not me. Look, I just went
if you're traveling,
to jump out of a plane.
If you're traveling to a specific country, before you go, look up the embassy and look up their phone number and program it into your phone.
And then burn it down.
Tattoo that number on your fucking arm.
Yeah. So while you're there, if something happens, you have the phone number. You assume you don't have internet. You got to research this shit. You have the fucking number.
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
Yeah. They will take
good
care
information.
Of it. Yep.
Yeah. I always keep the stuff that is important to me on me. I remember when I went to Florida with my roommate, I just had a backpack. And I remember this vividly when we got into the hotel. We were like, yeah, let's just check in and I don't know, like go to the beach or we were planning to go somewhere, like go out, drink, whatever the hell. We literally checked in, got to the room. I just walked in. He's like, you need to do anything? I threw my bag and I turned around. I was like, no, let's go. And then we just left. He just left. He's like, are you sure? He's like, you didn't forget anything? I was like, dude, I don't give a fuck what's in that bag. Like someone could take that right now and it would mean nothing, right?
No,
I try to pack like that regardless of where I go.
My wife, the first time when I took her to Europe, we went to France. Of course, I had the serious shit hidden. Right. But I had like a backpack where I put like, drinks or maps, whatever the fuck, or underwear or whatever. But she saw me when we were outside in the street. I flip it and I'm wearing it facing in the front.
Yeah. Why the hell would you put it in your bag?
She was like, why are you wearing the backpack? Because I told her, because when someone tried to rob me, I want to look him in the fucking face. He was like, what? I was like, yeah, pickpockets here. If you want to rob me, I want to see you right in the face before I fuck you up.
Or are you talking about whatever the fanny pack or whatever?
No, I had a backpack, but when we go out in the street, I put it like this around my shoulder, but it's facing. And
that would look weird.
My chest. Yeah, I don't give a shit how it looks.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah, because they know I know their streets. I know they have. I know how they operate.
People probably think you have a baby in there because that's how people carry babies.
Yeah, I know how they operate. And even if they steal the backpack, I don't care because there's nothing important in it. But just for the fuck of it, because I know how things move, I was like, if somebody tries something, I wanted them to look me in the face before they get fucking smashed.
Right. The whole fanny pack across the chest thing. I went to a wedding in Cancun and the groom and his friend, they were walking around doing the most touristy shit. And, they had it legit just looked like a fanny pack that they just over the shoulder, but they kept it in the front. And I was like looking at that and I was like, what is this? And so I was like, keep this and blah, blah, blah. Keep it in front of me because, they don't want people pickpocketing. But, he was in the military. So he's been around different countries. So he's probably seen shit like what you're talking about. Because we're in a resort in Cancun, and I'm just, it's chill. Like I'm not walking down an extremely crowded street where someone's gonna walk up to me or like we're like shoulder to shoulder or anything. But I was looking at that and I was like, man, that's pretty fucking smart, man. Because you have everything right there.
Yeah, and then we walk in Paris, like there's crowd. It's like New York. It's like you're walking. My pockets are always empty. I got nothing.
Yeah, no, that's really smart.
Feel free to dip in there. I think I had the left pockets. I even cut the pocket. So when they put their hands, it goes right in. And there's like, you want to reach in for my sack? Yeah. I had that shit. Like I had one pocket, which is normal. I had like my right hand pocket because I'm right-handed. The other one, the left one, I never use it. I cut it. And you put your hands, it slides in. You're stuck. I got you, motherfucker. Now you're holding my sack.
Yeah, I don't think that's a good position to be in, man.
I don't know. Just for the fuck of it.
Hey, that's the wrong coin purse, sir.
Yeah. Let me help you with the correct one.
And that's when your fist flies into their mouth.
Yeah, you see, it has your teeth in it. Jackasses.
Man.
Yeah, and then people, when you go to foreign countries too, you gotta walk with a certain posture. Don't look like a fucking tourist. Just own it. Feel it. Make yourself look like you belong. I know what I'm doing.
I'm gonna start walking around like Volvo or Voldo or whatever the hell that is.
Walk around like you know what you're doing.
Oh God, what is that game? Soul Calibur 2, I want to say. That might be a stretch for people who don't know, but this weird guy, he just basically rolls around like he's broken, or like the Silent Hill nurse ladies.
This turned into an episode of like tips about traveling into foreign countries.
Because you're probably going to be leaving the country soon with no, I'm just kidding. With how things are going.
When Elon Musk, you see how we're going to bring it back. When Elon Musk and Trump will just start shooting rockets at each other, you might want to leave the fucking country.
So when are the nukes going to drop? When's that happening?
Trump is going to release the nukes, and then Elon Musk probably have a hidden army of robot AIs. He's going to launch that shit.
Nanobots.
Yeah.
Well, he does have that robot that's coming out soon. The one that everybody can have in their. No, it's not.
Oh, fuck.
What robot?
It's a robot. I think he claims he's gonna sell it for about 20 grand, but it's basically like you can buy it as a helper robot. Like he can clean your house.
No one can afford 20 grand.
Well,
only the rich.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have like a tiny minority.
No. With things like that, it always starts off, 20 grand.
A car, like payments, I guess,
or that, or as mass production increases, the price gets lower.
Yeah,
because then you could get the Toyota and Honda version.
Which means by the time I'm able to afford that robot, I'll be retired. I'll be 80 years old. So it'll be proper for me to have a robot to help me stuff. Because
I would never get one.
My ass.
I would never get one. That thing probably,
has Windows
connects to the internet. might have Windows in it. But dude, someone can hack into that shit, get you killed. You know what I'm saying? Oh.
Hey, like I said, if I'm 89 or something years old, I'll have one because I don't give a fuck. I'm about to die, and I'll have a robot wipe my ass.
It would. No, dude, this thing, and it learns because it has AI in the robot, right?
Yeah,
so it learns by watching.
Yeah.
You start telling, okay, do this, like clean this table like this. And it'll start cleaning the table just like that. It's crazy.
Well, I have my kids. They will take care of me when I'm old. I don't need fucking robots. Maybe you, Mike, you're gonna need the robots, and and Mike, knowing him, he's gonna try to convert that shit into Linux. So
God damn, yeah, some Linux AI. Let's see how that
that's
works.
Gonna be interesting. By then, you're gonna have like a lot more experience and knowledge. Right?
No robots for me. I'm gonna be the guy, the hermit that lives out in the middle of nowhere.
You're gonna be
and
in
is
Ireland
anti-technology
with your castle and moat.
That's right.
Taking it back to the 1500s.
Probably we're all gonna end. If we all get means at that time, we're all gonna end up like this. We're gonna build our own castles and some fucking remote shit.
Oh my god, I'm gonna get a robot to build me a castle.
Yeah, I'll have a catapult.
Solved.
Yeah, I'll have a catapult waiting for anyone to come.
Right, hey, download 1500 construction and the working and all that, and build me a castle and give them dimensions and just fucking let them go to town.
I quit.
No, God damn it. Yeah. You can't get tired. You can't get tired.
You're like, dude, I was designed for the 21st century and you're having me build shit from like 1,000 years ago. What the fuck, man?
You just don't get it. You just don't get a PV-47. Just fucking do it.
PV-47.
Speaking about 1500s, I bought a long bow.
Oh, yeah. Tim now is an archer.
Yeah, I started. So my friend who I'm playing the 5e Wild West campaign,
well, he's
also has a bow. Also has a bow, right? Recurve bow. First of all, the bow is taller than me.
Yeah.
Unbent. And then when I bend it to put the string on it, it is still taller than me.
Well, there are different types of bows. There's the big ones.
That's a longbow, right?
No, I'm talking about an ancient longbow. And I was just playing a video game called Medieval Dynasties. Shout out, it's a fun game. It's an acquired taste, so whatever. Fuck you if you don't like it. I'm just kidding. Play what you want. Anyway, when I came back after shooting it, because I was like, man, how inaccurate is this? Because he has a recurve bow, and modern bows now, they have a spot for the arrow to just hold
for accuracy.
Yeah. Back then, even the dude who sold me the bow says like you want to tilt it or like almost shoot it sideways.
So when the thing goes up, it's blocked by
your hand. Your hand is what's holding it. Yeah. Because otherwise, if you do this, the arrow is just if you held it straight, the arrow's just flying everywhere. The arrow
doesn't have anywhere to go between your hand and the the bow itself.
Yeah. So when you knock the arrow, it has like in the recurve bow in modern bows, it sits straight. So you just pull it back and it shoots. The old school 1500s bow, if you will, like it's just you. It's like literally all.
That's the only bow I know that like when I've shot bows and bow and arrows before. It's that style where it's just very simple. It's just
it is literally just a piece of wood.
When you shoot it, you need to aim like at 45-degree angle. So you have, instead of doing straight, you got to go a little bit like this.
And so apparently the bow I have, because the dude who sold it because I didn't know it. My friend saw the numbers that he written like these weird numbers on the fucking bow, and I was like, whatever. It was kind of the end of the day trip, so I had to like kind of buy it in a rush, but I got to like play with it a little bit, but I didn't get to shoot it because he couldn't shoot it in the store. So even when I was shooting it at my friend's house, it has a 3-foot max pull, so that means you can pull the string back for like 3 feet from where it's standing. I mean, I didn't even do that because we're shooting in his backyard, and like I don't even know how far it would go, but like
probably pretty far.
Yeah. So I was like doing like maybe half mass, if you will.
The more you open it, the faster and the longer you go.
I was even able to arc it at like I think we're at 25 yards ish where we were shooting, like from here to like basically the back end of your wall, and then we kind of went a little bit further back, and I got 3 bullseyes.
Nice.
And one of them arced. I just kind of like just let it real quick, like so it arced into it.
In ancient time, battles, those bows are the guys who sit in the back shooting at a far away the enemy.
Yeah, and I was thinking about that because man, that shit hurts. I was like doing it after a while, like your fingers hurt.
Can you imagine being a soldier back then?
Dude,
you have to
holding that for a while, like oh man, yeah.
Nowadays, pansy, all you have to do is pull a tiny trigger.
Yeah.
Back then, you have to use your entire fucking body to shoot.
Dude, yeah, and my shoulders were hurting after the end of the day. I was like, man, I'm using muscles I didn't really think I was.
I didn't know they exist.
And then of course I got bit by the string because it slapped and hit me in the wrist like a couple times.
That's part of the weapon, dude.
Yeah. I don't know. It's fun. It's fun. I'm enjoying it.
It makes you appreciate how people lived back then.
Yeah.
Everything is good.
So where did you shoot this at?
Oh, just a friend's house. His backyard. He's got like a little there's a wooden fence, and then he had like a big like empty TV box or whatever that he put behind the target. So even if we missed the target, it would kind of hit that. And a couple arrows actually hit the fence, but they bounced back. Because again, we weren't like super pulling the thing, the bows. And then I tried his recurve bow, and my God, that was way easier. I was like, so much little effort to just like the recurve modern bow. I was like, oh my God, I could do this all day. And then you take my bow, I'm like, oh my God.
The modern ones, they
got pulleys and stuff.
They improved the technology.
Well, no.
They
I mean,
pansy it out.
Those are compound bows. You just had a recurve, so kind of like mine, but it's shaped a kind of fancier way, if you will.
Yeah,
and that helps. It makes it easier.
And
to
you
pull.
see the fancy ones with wheels and shit, like on the
compound bows. Those are what they call compounds. There's compounds. There's recurves, and then
they use pulleys bows or something. To get more.
And those make it even easier to shoot, like to draw back. But like the regular, just literally stick and string that I had, oh my God, is that a workout? And the accuracy, like you have to like hold it and make sure the arrow's straight, because like, dude, that shit was
you should see the Japanese, the samurai bow too. It's the same thing. It's like a similar concept, always a big one, and it's a physical, and it's a physical concept. It's like a exercise. It takes breathing and how to relax and focus. It's not something you can shoot quickly.
It took like the third round of arrows. We had like 5 arrows, so like on my third round, that's when I like started hitting the actual the target, and then I got like 3 bullseyes at the end of the day. I was like, okay, now I'm getting it.
Yeah, once you get the feel, you know what you're doing.
And like actually aiming it and doing the one eye thing, because I was just kind of aiming it, but it's almost like how you're like holding that gun sideways. It's kind of like what you have to do with that bow, because again, the arrow won't stay in place unless you hold it a certain way. But let me bring it back around circle. This episode, everything brings back. This is a good skill to learn when the AI takes over.
Exactly.
So we got to build a castle, And also that weapon, like that's how
go to the woods, man, and grab a piece of wood,
dude.
and make you.
Dude, and I need to because when I bought it, he had stained wounds. It's not stained. Like I'm about to like I got sandpaper. I got it because it got like little burrs here, so I'm gonna like smooth it out and then stain it because it's literally it looks just like a piece of wood.
For a while,
I mean, it literally is just a piece of wood.
For a while, I think on Instagram I got hooked watching videos of these guys like they have their videos accounts, and he goes through the whole process. He makes the whole bow like the one you're talking about from scratch by himself. And they show cool. These people are experts, you know. You see him like, you know, whittling the wood, and he picks the piece of wood, and he goes through the whole process, and it was very satisfying to watch. Like very primitive. With the wire, the rope and shit, there's no technology except for like, you know, the sharp object he was using to cut the stuff. But I was like, you know, it's good to know this shit when the robots take over.
Yeah, when we get Weapon X or whatever the hell it is.
Or the alien takes over.
Weapon X.
You know, after Hurricane Andrew hit Miami, I built my own bow and arrows, and that was a fun experience, man. I forgot what the hell wood it was. It was these like tall shrubs or something, and
something in the backyard.
No, somebody's front yard or something, and they just piled it in the front. And my friend and I were like, "Man, check this out! Oh, check it out. We can make bow and arrows." And I was like, "All right, let's do it."
Me and my brother,
it worked.
Me and brother, that's what we did in our childhood: was making swords and bow and arrows. We had abundant, you know, olive trees. The wood is kind of flexible from them, which is awesome. And and we used to go to the hospitals and raid the trash and steal the rubber elastic, the one they use around the arm, the old school one, that yellow one.
Wait, what? Oh, you're talking about
what do you call it?
But you're not supposed to use it for bow and arrow.
Well, that one is strong because it's like, you know, high quality from the hospital. So we go to the hospital
like a slingshot, like what a slingshot has.
Yeah, but we steal it from the hospital
rubber
trash.
Tube kind of like
like
those. You know them heroin addicts, like they put that.
The rubber tube tie off.
Yeah, so that rubber. Yeah. We used to go to the hospital and go to that trash, and that's where we find it, and we steal it from the trash, and then we use it.
You're using medical waste material.
Used
for bows and arrows.
And for slingshot.
Needles and for chopping the tips off as well. And
hey man, it's Algeria. It's Algeria, and it's like the 80s. And if you want to play, you can't afford toys. You have to make your own shit.
Go to the local medical waste dump.
No, this was like the biggest hospital when I happened to live right next to it. It's a military hospital. So they have high quality shit.
Jesus Christ.
And then my sister ended up later after finishing her education. She worked in there. So she was hooking us up with stuff too.
God damn. Making bow and arrows.
Hey man, we grew up in the 80s, you know, what the fuck? That's all we have.
Wild lions and boars.
I used to do crazy stupid shit like that.
I didn't have toys. You have to do something, you know? Fuck. I mean, I had some toys.
The world is my toy.
We used to jump in like garbage dumpsters and find cool shit that we could play with
right?
Back in the day, you know?
Dude,
same.
In the 80s, I don't know about now, but like in the 80s, you used to find cool stuff in the trash.
Yeah.
You know? And things were not like as abundant as now, like as far as like tech stuff and weird shit. So people have things for years, and then when they throw them away, for a kid, that's like something to play with.
I found a working computer in the trash once.
Boom, there you go.
I mean, it was old as shit, but it worked.
Yeah.
And it was free.
And for a kid, that's more than a toy, man. That's something to keep you busy for a while.
That's how Mr. Linux became Mr. Linux.
That was the only reason. It's like the origin story. He found the computer. It was only Linux. So either learn it or die.
This was back in the DOS days. I didn't start using Linux yet.
Good old DOS. Oh God, the core memory unlocked.
Damn.
Typing them C commands just to get a game booted up.
That was the first thing I learned in computer, DOS, which was the only thing available.
Yeah.
Not the first thing I learned, but it's the only thing available.
Hey, like I said, in Linux, you can still do that. You could type command line stuff.
Man, I couldn't even remember any of that shit.
Well, it's different in Linux anyways, like all the commands.
Yeah.
Now I just click on a little folder and a game pops up.
Lazy piece of
Yeah, it's gotten people lazy.
Shit.
God damn it. That's it, Tammy. This was fantastic.
Indeed.
All right.
Thank you, Mr.
Linux.
Lin X.
Lin X.
Let's just keep it X for now.
And thank you, the Whistler.
Yeah, think of this as like the X-Files. It's like, the guy with the cancer cigarette and the shadows talking, like whenever, once in a while, he pops in with like a word.
Not heard the X-Files.
Oh, you got to watch the X-Files, dude.
Yeah, that Irish whiskey's pretty good. It has like I don't know how to describe it, like maybe like a chocolatey taste to it.
That stout is that either coffee, well, it has cocoa nibs, whatever the hell that is.
I like it though. It's pretty good.
Yeah, if you like a stout, check out the Whistler. It's a limited edition, everybody, from Ireland.
All right.
Apparently, well, it's Irish whiskey, so yeah.
And I guess we'll see you next time in Ireland.
Yeah, hopefully. Boy.
Yeah.
Hey, if you are into TTRPGs or board games or any of that stuff, you should check out our other channel, Tabletop Diaries.
Check it out. Check it out.
Check it out.
In case you didn't know, that was our sponsor.
Sure.
Peace, mother.
Peace.
Bye.